So I haven't made a relationship video in a while, so here's one. Hello everybody, what is up? I'm Julia, friends call me J-Rock. Thank you for tuning into Tumbleweed Logic one more time. Before we get into the video, I have to say I did have a birthday last week. It was Thursday, so if you haven't sent your gifts yet, I'm still accepting. Totally kidding, but yeah, I had a really dope birthday. I went to LA. I tried to record a vlog. We'll see if I have enough footage, but I went to the Chris Brown concert in LA and it was super dope. I mean, he brought out Snoop, Pharrell, Bryson Tiller. Like, that concert was like lit. Anyway, I won't digress, but yo, that concert was dope. And I'm 1 year older, so happy birthday to me. All right, so what are we talking about today? The top 5 reasons why relationships fail. Now, the top 5 reasons I'm gonna give you are not just applicable to romance, boo love, you know, the Notebook type of relationships. I'm talking about business relationships as well, platonic friendships. I feel like these 5 reasons apply to all of them. Let's get into them. Number 1, money. Kind of basic, right? But honestly, money causes so many problems. People just lie about how much money they have. Instead of people being honest, they're putting on a front, trying to put on like they've got more money. And then when the time comes to really show, improve in terms of the money that you have, now it's like, well, I really don't, and I don't have, and I'll let you know. And when I get paid, and it's like, well, wait, I thought you were, you know, Uncle Scrooge with a money bin in the backyard, and now you're like Oliver Twist. What happened? That's, you know, people are just not upfront, not keeping it 100 when it comes to the money that they have or don't have. You ain't gotta lie about it. Another reason is that people are also just trying to leech off of one another. Instead of people bringing their own money to the table, they're willing to leech off of someone else trying to get their money instead of just getting their own. That causes problems as well, because the person on the other side is like, well, why don't you get your own? Wait a minute. And that's how fights start. And then don't lend people any money that you don't have to give away. People take money and they don't return it. You give them $100, the time comes to return $100, they got every excuse in the book as to why they can't return your money. Then you can do the research and see that, you know, when it comes to marriages in this country and other relationships, that money is really the #1 cause of relationships breaking up. So that's the first one. Number 2, the person is not your first choice. And I heard this in a Chris Rock stand-up probably about 10 to 15 years ago. I think it was maybe Bigger and Blacker or Never Scared. I'm a big Chris Rock fan. I know all his stand-ups, just as an FYI. When I heard him say that, you know, sometimes you catch yourself looking at the person that you're with because they're not your first choice. And honestly, that's really true. So many people end up in relationships with a consolation prize. And I know that sounds really harsh, but that's just what it is. The #1 person you were looking at, you know, they're in another relationship, they're not interested in being in a relationship, and you come knocking, and they're like, I can't help you, but you still want to be with somebody, so you take Joe Smo or Jill Smo from over here because they're single, they're nice, they're attractive enough. So all right. Over time, you realize that your full heart is not in it because there was a first choice that you wanted, and instead you just settled. So things that would be small or not really a big deal, they seem to irritate you a little bit more because it's coming from this person, because you don't really want that person in the first place. That's not the case for everybody. I'm sure there are people who settle for their second choice, that they're super happy, life is grand, you know, white picket fence and two and a half kids. I'm not talking about everybody, but I feel like that's the case why a lot of relationships break up, is because you're with somebody that is like not #1, but more like #2 or 3 on the list. So that's number 2. Number 3, trust. People seem to underestimate the importance of having trust. And it doesn't matter what the relationship is. If you don't have trust in a business partnership, it's gonna break up. If you don't have trust in a personal romantic relationship, it's gonna break up. Even in a friendship, it's gonna break up. It's something that simple, because trust is easy to break, hard to maintain, and hard to regain. And that's why when it comes to like cheating and other things in relationships, those are lightning fast reasons for relationships to break up. Half the time, it's not even the cheating itself, of the act itself, that is really stressing people out. It's the lying about it. It's the manner in which the person is cheating. It's a couple of other factors outside of the fact that the person just stepped out. That's bad enough on the trust factor. But then if you're lying about it, then you have to find out through the grapevine. That only makes it worse when it comes to how can I ever trust this person again to not do this to me. So number 3, trust is a basic one, but it's an important one just the same. Number 4, external parties or third parties or whatever you want to call it. People that shouldn't be in your damn business is the best way to put it. Other people are allowed to be in your space. What do I mean by other people? I'll explain. The problem is too many people have third parties who are latched onto their relationships. The girlfriends, the single girlfriends who have too much to say when the girl is trying to work on her relationship with her man. The dude who has the guy friends who are chiming in when talking about the kind of woman that he's with. You know, we can talk about the mama's boys, we can talk about the daddy's girls, the people who are bringing in family into their relationships. Keep other people out of your relationship. The last one, number 5, laziness/selfishness. People are willing to kind of skate by and do the bare minimum and expect the relationship to work out. And it's like, no, that's just not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Relationships take work. So if you're trying to coast and the other person is doing hard work, of course that's gonna cause arguments. Point blank period, relationships don't work if both people are not putting in equal amounts of effort. If I'm putting in 100, you need to be putting in 100. You know, ladies, if you're out here trying to take good care of your man and he's out here half-stepping it, it's not gonna work. Same thing goes for you fellas. You know, you're out here trying to do everything to make your lady happy and she's back, you know, filing her nails and not doing what she needs to do for you. That doesn't work. If only one person has skin in the game, that means only one person is really invested in where the relationship is going, straight up. All right, guys, so that was my top 5 reasons for why relationships fail. So let's quickly recap. Number 1, money. Number 2, the person's not your first choice. Number 3, trust. Number 4, external parties. Keep people out of your relationships, people. Number 5, laziness/selfishness. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a good list? Did I miss something? Am I way off base? You know, I love having dialogues when it comes to relationships in the videos that I make. So drop some comments below, show me some love. And again, my birthday was last week, so if you want to send a happy birthday, I'll still appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that so much. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the button somewhere along here. That way you don't miss anything that's coming up. I'm trying to get to my first 100 subscribers, so I appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. But until next time, I want you guys to laugh hard, love hard, dream big. This is J-Rock out.